G'day everyone, I'm Outrun Blaze, and welcome to episode number 60 of the Tri-Point podcast of Kinunners and
We've
myself.
made it to 60.
I didn't say welcome back. I said welcome to.
Welcome to. Well, welcome back is incorrect, I guess.
Yeah.
If you it said welcome back to episode 60, we haven't been here before.
I said welcome to episode 60 then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct.
Doesn't sound right though.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Moving on.
Yeah, episode number 60, the big 6-0, 6 10s, 6. Anyway, do you have any small things?
No, except, okay, I finished Echoes of Wisdom.
Yes.
Right? Do try plushies exist? Because, like, I'd have one.
Make one.
That's true. That's a good point.
Try is literally a Coco from Sonic Frontiers. If you can find one of those and repaint it, like, you'll be set.
True. And just add some triangles. You're right. Like, yeah, I'd have a try plushie.
A try plushie. The try?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Anyway,
Moving on.
the Nintendo Today app.
Yeah.
I did it.
You did.
I did it. And I've been finding it a bit funny with all the 3D model stuff they've been showing off.
Yeah.
Because we got to a point, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, they were showing off a 3D model of the HDMI cable.
What? I didn't see that one. I've been on it the past few days. I don't remember seeing that.
And I'm like, it's a HDMI cable.
Everyone, I think almost everyone knows what a HDMI cable looks like.
So it was on the 25th. It was on Friday.
Maybe I just went past it without really looking.
It's a HDMI cable.
That's actually hilarious, though.
It even has the like the bread tie on it. To keep it wound up, which I think is hilarious.
It's just your average HDMI.
It's like,
Oh
well,
my
it's
goodness.
an ultra high speed HDMI cable.
So,
4K.
just every quality HDMI cable.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably going to have something in the box where it's like, please only use the HDMI cable that came with the Switch. Like they all do. And then I'm going to switch it out for probably a slightly longer one because it won't reach as far as I want it to and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Well, it is an ultra high speed one. But I'm never going to be running it at 4K or 120 frames on like my screen. My screen's only a 1080p screen.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys can at
They're
least
all
get
out here
4K
like, no.
on the big screen.
I know, but like 4K won't do much for a Switch, you know?
It'll make it less fuzzy.
Not the less fuzzy that most people don't even notice. Whatever shall I do?
Oh my gosh. Then they show a 3D view of the Joy-Con 2 charging grip. Even they already showed one of the normal grip. I don't
They're
understand.
showing 3D views of literally everything.
I know. They did the Pro Controller as well.
I'm waiting for like a 3D view where they're like, oh, like, here's the stand for the Switch on the back of it.
They take the stand off.
They just have it, yeah, they just have it like out.
It's like a U-shaped
Like, here's
piece
the
of
3D
metal
view
sitting
of
on
it.
the ground. It's like, here you go.
You can
Here's
see
the power
hinges.
button. Takes the power button out. Like, what have they done the Switch itself yet?
They open the cartridge part.
Yeah,
They're like, here's the inside of where the cartridges sit.
because have they done the Switch itself yet, or have they done only the dock with the Switch in it?
I think have they done the dock with the Switch?
I think they've done the dock with the Switch in it. However, I don't think they've done the Switch itself.
Because they've done the dock separately.
The dock. Where is the dock? I can't find it.
I don't think they've done the Switch separately. It was one of the first ones. It was like way back.
Where are you?
I remember because I showed you and
Oh,
we were
the
looking
first
at the...
3D view they did was the Switch.
Oh.
Found it.
Oh, there you go. We were looking at all of the what's it called?
I don't know.
On the bottom of the dock.
What?
The stuff for the fans. How there's so many.
Oh, yeah, we were. Yeah, I remember the dock.
Why can't I think of what they're called?
The fan vents, like the holes, the vents.
Yeah, the vents. It's like, I can't remember what the vents are called.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Switch itself was the first one that they showed off. Huh.
I don't need. Maybe. I might have been. I got the app after that. I think.
Yeah, I'd say it was probably
I
after
probably
that.
just didn't see it.
Oh, this is fancy.
Because I got it when the dock showed up.
If I hold my phone in my hands, I can now say I have a Switch 2 in my hands.
And that's how we play the Switch 2 now.
Off a phone.
Jokes
Anyway,
on them.
I don't know why I brought up the 3D view. I think it simply was I wanted to bring up the fact that they were showing off the HDMI cable.
HDMI.
I thought it was hilarious.
That's it.
What are they going to show off next? Like the empty box? Like.
They're gonna be like, guys, look, this is the type of TV you need for the Switch.
Here's...
And they're just gonna have a 3D view of a TV.
Yes. Here's the power cable.
They just show a 3D view of a power outlet.
Yeah. Here's the thing that the cable, the plug plugs into.
Here's the switch that turns it on.
You know how they have like different like numbers to go through the different pictures of them?
Yeah.
To rotate them? Has like a different number for every single type of region's PowerPoint.
Oh my goodness.
Then they'll do like, here's an Ethernet cable. One's not included. However, you can get one to go with.
Ethernet not included. Ethernet sold separately.
Well, Ethernet inbuilt into the Switch sold. However, cable sold separately.
Cable sold separately.
Then they show off, here's a fair span if you're fair span? A spare fan is the one in the top breaks. A fair span.
Oh my goodness.
Anyhow, yeah, that's funny. I think it's funny. It's not the most newsy of news though in the app, I must say.
Yeah.
After like you'll get some Nintendo news every day. At the moment, all they're doing is showing the characters in Mario Kart
Showing
World, and
HDMI
it's basically all the
cables.
characters that are in Mario Kart 8 at the moment.
Yeah. And
I
I
think
have
with
like
this-
one picture that shows like one of the tracks as well.
Yeah, there's one that shows the tracks. I know they've been updating a lot of Donkey Kong, Bonanza stuff. Like
Yeah,
they've
they
been showing
have
some of
done
the
that.
worlds and stuff like that.
They showed the camera turning, remember?
Yeah, they showed that the camera can turn. I think Rosalina is the most current Mario Kart World, I think,
Yeah.
character, and then Bowser's Castle is the newest track. They updated to say that Sacred Stones was in the thing as well. However, we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Anyway, next thing up, Amiibo prices. Did we talk about it in the last podcast? I can't remember.
We said they were going up.
Oh, okay.
We might not have talked about it in the podcast, but I know we did talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, I know we talked about it. There's something else here that I know we talked about, however we didn't talk about in the podcast as well. However, yeah.
We just said accessory and amiibo prices were going up.
Yeah, I can't remember if we said anything in the podcast. Yeah, Amiibo prices are going up, which means they're going to be
You
even
said
more exorbitant than they already are.
Yep.
Yes. Nintendo was asked about a new 3D Mario. Or
Yeah.
Doug Bowser specifically. And he said, stay tuned.
Oh. Well, that is incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Thanks. I mean, we
This is
already
the
assumed one was
information
coming.
We all needed.
Oh gosh. That's funny. Sega have a new movie in development.
Oh, yeah?
Not a Sonic movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be a movie for their series called... Oh, their arcade game called Outrun. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
It's literally a game where you drive and run away from things.
Ah, I see. I just looked it up.
And They're
So
going to
what's
be
it
making a
gonna
movie
be?
on it.
Fast
For
and
starters-
Furious 2.0.
Sorry?
Fast and Furious 2.0.
Yeah. All it's literally... I don't even know how they're going to make a movie of it. It's going to be more of a standalone movie with the Outrun name on it, I think, more than anything.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's not... Unless there's some, like, deep-seated plot or lore that I'm missing here, there's not much to Outrun. Oh my gosh. The funniest thing about it, though, is Michael Bay is directing it.
Oh my goodness. Why?
I don't know. Car chases and explosions. He knows how to do those.
True. That is true.
That is literally what Outrun is.
Oh, do you reckon it'll be like Speed Racer?
I don't know, because there is a need for speed movie series.
There is, yeah.
Bro, I don't... I think it'd be more like that, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. The Switch 2 pre-orders have crashed multiple websites in America.
So I've heard.
Apparently it's very difficult to get one over there.
Yeah, I've heard they've had a bit of issues.
I went back onto EB and double-checked, and all
You
the
checked
stock's been
yours,
back.
yeah.
It's back on stock again.
Yeah.
And everywhere else I've checked has got stock as well, here in Australia.
Interesting. Well, there you go.
Which tells me there's not a lot of Australians buying the Switch 2, actually.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Well, I don't imagine they had to restock the Mario Kart one.
I think there's a lot of people in Australia who saw the $700 price tag and were like, no.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
I don't
little
blame
bit
them.
expensive. And I'm going to be paying even more on that day. Yay.
Yeah.
Woo. Oh.
Yeah, Rune Factory.
Ah, Rune Factory. I checked my pre-order and I couldn't pay the rest of it off online.
Oh, really?
If you pre-order it to be picked up at a store, you have to pay it off at the store.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I'm saving up.
Yep.
It's gonna be very.
Not wrong.
This is, I'm not gonna be buying anything after that day for a little while.
Yeah.
Although I might. Oh no, I don't have to buy the upgrade packs for Zelda because I get them for free.
No, yeah, you don't have to do that.
And I'm not interested in Kirby because I don't have the game.
Yep.
Like, I like Kirby, however, I don't have the game. And Jamboree's upgrade comes out months later, apparently, or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, what next? Next we'll talk about P4R.
P4.
P4R.
Yes.
And I talked to you about this before.
Is there anything else on this, though?
Yeah. Yeah, Persona 4 Remake URL popped up, and I literally wrote under here, discuss more about it.
Ah.
Because I was going to ask you, since you have played through Persona 4, have you finished it?
Yes.
Since you have finished Persona 4. I can't remember if you actually finished it or not yet.
I did, but I didn't get the good ending.
Yeah. I was going to ask you what you would like to see dropped, added, changed, all that.
Can Teddy not speak every 2 minutes when he talks?
Can Teddy not be there?
Teddy has to be there, but just make him less annoying.
That's not what I was expecting. I was thinking
Teddy's
maybe you say something about the gameplay that's like a bit slow or something.
See, okay, so the dungeon type stuff is basically the same as how it works in 3 and 5.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't really have problems there, except making it a little bit quicker. Because it's a little bit slow.
Yeah, I mean,
But
3
that
and
makes
5 is a
sense.
bit quicker anyway, isn't it? At least 3 Remake
Yeah.
and 5.
Yeah. So, like, making that a little bit quicker is fine.
Do you
Otherwise,
reckon...
though-
'cause- Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, otherwise, though, I think mostly just visual upgrades is...
Yeah, the visual upgrade. Well, the biggest issue I can see happening is Persona 3's Remake didn't keep the portable stuff.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Persona 4s will not have the golden stuff?
I can see them not adding the golden stuff. Mostly because I don't know how many people liked
Oh, really?
Marie. I think that's her name off memory.
Okay.
So I don't know. They might simply just because of the outrage from 3.
Yeah.
But if the golden stuff wasn't added, then I don't think most people would care that much.
Well, most people seem to be fine with 3, even though I think it's actually a little bit silly that 3 doesn't have the rest of its content.
Yeah. Because like that was really the only thing that was added in golden, really. I guess was her stuff, really.
I think it's silly that 3's missing literally another whole game. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, because golden's not like that. So golden's a lot more like 5.
5 Royale.
And that's it. Yeah. Or it's like, here's this extra person.
Royal. You know what I didn't notice for most of the times? Everything that's being shown off with the Switch 2?
What's that?
Where's Metaphor?
Where is Metaphor? You're right.
Where is it?
Think about that.
Where'd it go?
Metaphor be missing.
Why is that not coming to Switch 2? How? Yeah, literally why? Like...
Yeah.
I feel like Atlas would have been like, yes.
Right.
I know they've got that Ryu thing coming. Whatever it's called.
I can't remember what it's called.
Ryu...
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the other Atlas game. I know that's coming.
Yeah.
I was like, where's Metaphor?
Nothing is shown about Metaphor.
Where's Metaphor going? Oh, I got a kookaburra on my balcony.
Ah.
He's
It's come to tell us where Metaphor went.
the kookaburra.
Yeah.
The kookaburra came up and landed
messenger.
on my balcony, and my bird is not bothered.
Doesn't care.
Doesn't matter there. Yeah, where is Metaphor?
That's a good question.
What do you reckon the pause screen to be like in Persona 4 Remake? Or what would you even call it?
I don't know. Honestly.
You don't know for which, what you'd call it, or what the menu screen
I don't know
is?
what it'd be called. Though I can see the menu screen just being kind of an upgraded version of what Golden's already is. I don't know if it's different in the original.
What's Golden's?
It comes up with like a
TV?
like a mostly yellow bar thing on the side, and then it has like, you know, the TV colors that come up when it goes all
Staticky.
breaks.
Yeah.
Not the static colors, but you know the other one when it just breaks.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It has like bars of those on the side, like smaller bars.
Oh, okay. It's a technical error screen.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could see it being a big TV.
So it might just be like an upgraded version of that, I guess,
Yeah,
with maybe some more static.
because Persona 4 is very TV oriented.
'Cause that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Yeah,
watch
I
the
can see the
TV,
menu screen
you
literally
jump
being a big
into
TV.
TVs.
Or something. Maybe they'll upgrade from CRTs to widescreens now.
True. Oh, that'd be funny.
This would be hilarious. Anyway, yeah, what would they call it? Because Persona 3 Reload made sense, because...
Yeah, because it's reload.
Yeah, and they use weapons that they can reload.
What would 4 be called?
What's...
Something to do with TV.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What's something fun to do with a TV?
Would they call it a rewatch?
Yes! Perfect. That might be a little bit confusing to general consumers. However, that's perfect.
Yeah, but for the people who know, they get it.
Yeah, Persona 2.
I mean, that's kind of like how 3 works. The people who get it, get it.
That's perfect. And then when they do Persona 5's remake, I don't know why they would. But when they do that...
Well, they called it Royale because of the palaces. So
yeah. What about Persona 1 and
I don't
2's
know what else
remakes?
they do. They'll come out with Shin Megami Tensei.
They'll come out. They'll never come out. They won't exist.
True.
They're not allowed to. Oh golly. Anyway, yeah. Anything else to say on Persona 4 rewatch?
I don't think so. The most I could see, yeah, is mostly just quality of life upgrades.
Neat. When are you gonna finish Persona 4? 3. Sorry.
Finish Persona 4.
3.
You mean 5?
3.
After I finish 5.
No. When are you
Could
gonna
be a
finish 3?
while. Could be a quite a long while.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, when are you gonna finish Persona 1?
I don't know. When am I getting the game?
I can get it on the Vita.
True. I think about that.
Oh gosh. Wait, when are you gonna finish Persona 5 Tactica? Persona
You wonder what the
Q2
real
or whatever
question
it
is?
Sorry.
Yeah, I do still need to finish that too. You know what the real question is? When am I going to finish Three Hopes?
When are you
When am I
gonna
going to
finish?
start that game?
When are you gonna finish Fire Emblem?
Exactly.
When are you gonna finish Xenoblade 3?
Finish Xenoblade.
When are you gonna finish Xenoblade?
I only got one at the moment. Can't do
When are you
that.
gonna finish Xenosaga?
Oh. Good question. Don't have that either.
What did that come out on?
I don't know.
Are they SNES games?
Let's see if I can find out.
This is like you do a look-see upsy. I'm gonna search for the SNES app on the Switch. I wonder. Oh, it says like there's a new update for the SNES app. Ooh, what's being added? 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. Is there anything online?
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. Apparently. Apparently there's stuff on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
And PlayStation 3. And the Vita.
Really?
Apparently.
I thought they were older than that.
PlayStation 2 and regular PlayStation 1 as well. Yeah, they are older than that. The DS's and the Wii and the Wii U.
Oh,
The more you know.
I thought they were like 90s games.
There's one here that says this on the Nintendo Switch as well, but I don't know how true that is, so it might be in one of the apps.
Maybe. Maybe it's in the GBA app.
It might be.
Interesting. Anyway,
Fascinating.
how do we
Anyway.
get this conversation?
When into
Sonic,
RPGs, this is the problem.
Sonic Rumble.
Yeah.
Rumbly. Like 2 weeks ago, a trailer came out that I forgot
Yeah.
to watch. And then I watched it, and I thought there was something funny in it that I thought we could discuss. Well, I mean, we can discuss the crossover events.
Yeah.
The crossover
know
events first, I guess.
We have Sonic Rumble existing already.
Yeah, in Australia,
from.
it's existed for ages.
But, like, I know people are complaining because it hasn't come out worldwide yet, and why are they doing crossovers when it's not even out worldwide?
I think Australia may have had it either first or second.
Yeah, it was really early.
Yeah. And then, yeah, they're doing crossover events with Monkey Ball, which makes sense because Monkey Ball and Sonic always get crossovers.
Someone in the comments made a very good point about the Monkey Ball one. They were like, Shadow's wish finally came true. They broke free from the balls. And they got pants.
I didn't even think of that. I mean, I was barely going to talk about the Monkey Ball one because, like, that's an obvious one. That always happens.
Yeah.
The two less obvious ones are Fantasy Zone and Altered Beast, which...
Yeah. They kind of came out of nowhere.
Fantasy Zone, I think there are some references in Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. However, I haven't
probably.
seen anything to do with Altered Beast in ages.
I don't even know what Altered Beast is. I was so
It's on
confused.
Mega Collection.
Okay.
It's on Mega Collection Plus.
Yeah.
You transform into beasts.
Oh.
It was the pack-in before Sonic on the Genesis. Fun fact.
Oh. Fascinating. Anyway.
Yeah. Fantasy Zone, Fantasy Zone though. That's great. I like seeing these little guys. Whenever they pop up. I can never remember their names, however, yeah, I like seeing them. And then
The things.
Altered Beast. I first saw the werewolf, I'm like, that doesn't even look like the Altered Beast werewolf, however, okay. I mean, it kind of does.
Yeah, they look very odd.
However, it's like it's a Sonic
they?
Rumble version of Altered Beast. Nice to see though,
Yeah.
some of these older franchises being.
You reckon they'll bring in Rystar?
Sorry,
You reckon they'll bring in Rystar?
I hope they do.
Yeah.
Rystar is at the very least he's the flag person in Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. Poor Rystar.
Oh, goodness.
Oh gosh, I like Rystar. I want Echo. I want Echo to be in the next update.
How would Echo even work?
You flop around.
Okay.
Echo deserves more.
Understandable.
I like Echo a lot. Yeah, and then Monkey Ball, which... specifically Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. Specifically.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I know that's the newest game, how like... Okay,
Why that one?
that's very specific.
Very
Like,
specific.
why not have the entire Monkey Ball franchise?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh yeah, they're out of their ball, even though the ball would have actually worked in this context.
Yeah, it would have.
You can get Werewolf for free during the event, which is funny.
Thank you, Werewolf.
Out of all the ones I would have wanted, Werewolf is not the one that I would have.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the reason why.
Maybe, yeah. And then, what I wanted to talk about was this charades section.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea. Let's play the first one, the crossover event 1. To me, it looks like Shadow.
I don't know. You're right.
However, Shadow's already in the game,
Yeah.
which tells me it's the movie version.
Could definitely be the movie version.
Oh, Sonic figures out what it is. Is any consolation?
Well, Sonic's able to figure out what it is, though.
Sorry?
Sonic is able to figure out what it is, though.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, that's like Shadow. That's a very Shadow thing to do, what he does, the charade thing.
Yeah, it does seem like the movie one, though.
I don't know anyone else who does that.
No.
However, then,
Especially with the dramatic flair to it.
yeah.
Yeah,
The thing at the end where he, like, puts his hand in the clenched fist.
exactly.
That's a
That
Shadow
is
thing.
a shadow movement if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. And then number 2 is...
Number 2. Could be anyone.
Well, for starters, they animated it slightly funny, and his foot's going on through the ground at 104.
It is. Straight up clip through the ground, that one.
I don't know what that's meant to be.
It could literally be anyone. There are so many people who do that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it Superman?
Yeah. Exactly.
Who does? I'm trying to think of like what. How far are the crossovers going? Are they only going between Sega characters? Are they going to be getting lots of other people?
Yeah, that's the only other problem.
Like, I can't even think of
don't know
out of
how
Sega
far it's-
characters who this would be.
I don't know.
Rystar,
Unless
he has
it's a
arms.
really-
This guy's doing something with his arms.
I was thinking like some really obscure one.
Yeah, it's like, what could? I have no idea.
No clue.
It's Sonic doesn't work it out either, if that's any consolation.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
And then number
Okay,
3.
What's the third one?
Sorry,
The third one.
the third. Yeah, I don't get it either.
It looks like Smurfs dancing.
Smurfs dancing. Oh, it might be Space Channel 5.
What?
You need to read up on your Sega games.
I seriously do.
Space Channel 5 is it's a game. It's Ulala.
Let me look. Oh! Oh, it could be. You're right.
I was thinking dancing. What Sega games has dancing?
Yeah,
So I think,
you're right. I didn't think about that.
oh gosh. Yeah, I'd say that might be what it is. I'd say it's probably Space Channel 5.
Could be what it is. Yeah. That makes sense,
Maybe
I think.
that second one. Maybe that's Billy Hatcher.
It could be.
I remember Billy Hatcher doing that.
But there's so many that could though.
I know. My best. And that's only if the Sega one specifically, like.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't necessarily rule out anything else.
I like how it continues to say pre-register now. Like the game's out.
For us.
That's like when people are like, oh, here's the release date. However, if you do this, you can play it 3 days before the release date. Well, then that makes it the release date.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You're
gosh.
right.
Yeah, no. This game disappoints me that it's only on PC and apps and phones, though. I wish it
I
was on
mean,
something
it
else.
makes sense, I guess.
I mean, it makes sense, yeah. However, like, the only way I was
Really
ever going to
though?
play it was on the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's understandable.
Yeah. There's another trailer that came out today. Well, today. That one didn't come out today. However, there's one that came out today for the Sonic Forces game on mobile.
Oh, yeah.
They're adding Extreme Gear Shadow to it.
What?
Specifically Rider's Shadow.
Okay.
And he has like a wind turbine that he can put out. I don't know why a wind turbine.
Dude's a bit windy.
There's an electric rush that they can throw forward.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's right. There's another one as well.
Yeah,
isn't
just
there?
okay.
Oh, they have like a part where like it has Sonic in his rider's form with Wave and Jet as well next to them, which is neat.
Yeah. It's nice to see they exist again.
Oh, Air Dash. Oh, like Tails is Air Dash from the Riders games. Okay, that's actually pretty neat. That's the other one that has.
Well, that makes sense.
I don't know why Shadow's using it though.
Look. Are we that surprised? Shadow does everything nowadays.
Shadow's a speed character.
I know that. I didn't design it.
I like how Shadow's Riders version is Shadow with glasses on his head. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's funny. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. Nothing else on Crossworlds though in a little while,
No.
which is concerning
Maybe
me.
they're trying to find a way to compete with Mario Kart.
Maybe. Well, they've changed the Sonic the Hedgehog account, like the YouTube account. The profile picture's now
Yeah.
Crossworlds.
Okay.
That's
They acknowledge it.
they acknowledge it. However, if you look in their videos, the
There's
last
like nothing about it.
13 hours ago was the Shadow trailer. 4 days ago was Sonic Cross Shadow Generations for Switch 2.
Yeah.
10 days ago
That
was
makes
the
sense.
movie Sonic in Sonic Rumble,
Oh, yeah.
which tells me that other Shadow was probably movie Shadow.
Correct. Yeah.
And then the global release date announcement trailer was 2 weeks ago for Sonic Rumble.
Yep.
And then 3 weeks ago was more Sonic Cross Shadow Generations for Nintendo Switch.
Huh.
And then there was Tails Tube, and then a month ago there was Shadow Levels update for Sonic Dream Team, which is a game that I really, really want to play and can't.
Yeah.
Why is it only on Apple Arcade? And then Sonic Forces Speed Battle, the Ninja SPO, which makes no sense to me.
I forgot about
'cause
that.
SPO is already a ninja.
SBO the Ninja. Yeah.
And then before that,
They just forgot SBO's entire career.
yeah. And then the last thing before that is Crossworlds' announced trailer 2 months ago.
Wow.
Where is Crossworlds?
They're waiting. They're waiting so they can make a big marketing campaign for it.
They're waiting for the Switch 2 to come out. Therefore, they can upstage Mario Kart World. Probably not, however, you know, they'll try.
No.
They'll try.
Why
Oh,
is
and
this
2
always
weeks ago there was a, there was a reveal trailer for being able to play as Red, the bird from Angry Birds in Super Monkey Ball Banana
yeah.
Rumble.
Oh. Huh.
Which is very specific.
That is very specific.
Okay.
All right then.
Yeah, that's all I have about for that sort of stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think there's any more on it.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, or
Can they make a new Riders game, please?
a new Riders game?
Yeah. Or just
No,
remake the old ones,
I want them to make a new Riders game.
please.
Like, what would it even look like though in this day and age?
Oh, I don't know, but please.
Bring the Babylon rogues back. Oh wait, they are. They're in Crossworlds.
It's not the same though.
I know it's not the same. I'm hoping Crossworlds can sort of lead to a little soft reboot of the Riders games.
I hope so. I hope people see the hoverboards and they're like, yes.
Or a good way to test the Riders market would be to like soft re-release free Riders without Kinect controls.
That would be a good idea, actually.
Not necessarily like do a big thing over it, being like, oh, here's your digital deluxe edition stuff like Sega like to do at the moment. Simply be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like a little trailer pops up or something like one day,
Yeah,
and
they're
be
like,
like,
oh, here's this thing.
this thing's releasing in like a week on every console,
Yeah.
da da da.
And then they can judge the results. And go
Exactly.
from
And remove the silly Kinect controls.
there. Yes.
Even then, Free Riders has like its main problem is the Kinect controls. However, it has some other issues as well. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you look at the
Obviously.
cutscenes in the first two Riders games, and they're all fully animated and stuff like that. And in Free Riders, but I would understand they're all text box based.
Yeah.
Like things like that. It was the first game that the new voice cast started doing, which is
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
hilarious when you think that was 15 years ago now.
Oh. That was a long time ago.
However, my gosh, has Roger been Sonic for that long?
Yeah.
Holy dooly. Okay.
It's been a long time.
That's almost half of Sonic's existence.
Yep.
However, yeah, therefore, like, it was the first time when the voice cast were in, therefore they're a little bit new.
A little bit, you know, not used to doing that voice specifically.
And some of the voices are different anyway, like,
Yeah.
Tails was not Colleen at the time.
No,
Colleen came in Boom, I believe? I think?
I think
Was
so.
either Boom or Lost World, I think.
One of them.
One of them. And then, like, I mean, Knuckles is no longer Mr. Willingham.
No. It's tragic.
Although I think I may have got him back to do his voice lines in Generations. And if they did, I'm happy with them.
It might have.
Because they've changed a lot of the voice lines in new version of Generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know what... That is probably what they should do, instead of going ahead and making a brand new Riders game. They should probably re-release all of them, actually.
They probably should.
Like, HDify the first two, and release all three of them in a package together.
Yeah.
That would be such a good idea. And while they're at it, re-release Rush and the advanced games. And Knuckles Chaotix.
Oh, yeah, actually.
And every other Sonic game that never got a re-release.
Yep, exactly.
I will never understand why Knuckles Chaotix is not in Sonic Origins.
I don't know.
Like, I get it.
Like, they had no reason to have it.
I get it.
To not
It's
have
technically
it, I mean.
not one of the games, like Sonic's Origins. However, like,
You're right, but still.
you may as well. Like, it's never been re-released. Like,
Exactly. You might as well chuck it in somewhere.
and then like
Can't just leave it missing forever.
at launch, like none of Tails' games were in there either. However, after the Plus version, they had like the Game Gear games for Tails. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Sonic, Tails, and Amy will have their spotlights, like CDs in there. I mean, Knuckles technically has his spotlight as well. Have like, you know what I mean? Three Knuckles is there.
Yeah, but...
Have like the Chaotix. They exist.
yeah.
And while they're at it, why is
They
3D
exist.
Blast not in Origins?
I forgot about 3D Blast.
I like 3D Blast. I think there's a bit of a revisionist history on 3D Blast where like I think when it came out everyone thought it was mostly okay, and then there was like a period in the early 2000s where everyone thought it was awful, and now everyone's like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's how every Sonic game works though.
Every Sonic game has revisionist history.
They're like, okay. And then people are like, no, it's actually terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like 6 years later, everyone's like, oh, that was actually not that bad.
Yeah. Like how right now everyone doesn't like Sonic Colors and everyone really likes Sonic
06.
Unleashed.
Sonic 06?
That is not what it was like 10 years ago.
Not in the slightest.
Very strange. Sonic's
It's
like,
very weird.
if Sonic's like history could be rewritten, it would be constantly rewritten. Like, there are people who like 06.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Yeah.
There's people who do
not
not like
know.
the Rush games as well now. Like,
Really?
yeah.
What?
Same with the
Okay.
advanced games as well, I think. There's people who don't like them. Like, and I'm like, when they came out, everybody liked those. Like,
Yeah. Literally.
it's really strange. Like, what other franchise do you know of that can do that? Like, constantly switch opinions
Honestly,
on the same game.
I don't know.
Like, imagine if Halo did that. Imagine in like, I mean, it's been 10 years since Halo 5. Imagine if people started coming out of the woodworks now and they're like, Halo 5 was actually the best Halo game.
Yeah, people start coming out and they're like, oh, you know what? Halo 4 and Halo 5, solid.
Well, that's like what I've said. Like, before, like, people have, like, Breakout has been...
Yeah, Breakout, yeah. Oh my
Breakout was good,
goodness.
though.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, gosh. I remember it kind of happened with Halo 4 a bit.
It did a little bit and then it kind of died down.
Yeah, it did a little bit. It had a little bit, like, where a small amount, a group of people came out and were like, Halo 4's okay.
Yeah.
And then they disappeared again. And then there's us who's like, Halo
Yep.
4's... It's great. We like Halo 4.
Yep.
We have what's called bias, though.
Exactly.
I feel like whenever I say bias, like, an earthquake should happen or something like that. It's like...
It really is that weird though.
it's like
It's
that
that one
word
word
that you're
you
not
say it
meant
and
to
you're
say.
like,
It's like, oh,
The world
bias.
is on fire. Everything just shatters.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, polls. Our polls.
Oh,
Our poll from last week did pretty well, what I saw.
we had. Oh, okay. This is interesting. So we had 5 votes. And it was 3 for Cow and 2 for Moo Moo.
2 for Moo Moo. Was there comments?
I think that's just because there were 2 comments from other people and I replied to one.
Ah, okay. Anything
Someone
that we can
said-
say on the podcast or not?
Oh yeah, as someone said it should be Moo Moo, but alternatively people suggested giving the cow the name Meadow.
Yeah.
Which I think is something I said in the previous podcast as well.
Yeah.
And then the other person was like, it should be Moo Moo.
It should be Moo Moo.
I agree.
They were the 2 people who voted Moo Moo.
Yeah, they were the 2 Moo Moos. No one else replied.
Oh my gosh. It should be Moo Moo though.
It should be Moo Moo. They are Moo Moos.
You can vote, can't you?
Yeah, I can.
Should go ahead
I'll
and
make it
make
50-50.
You make it 50-50. Skew the results.
Yes!
Oh golly. Anyway.
I have power over this poll.
Next week's one will be probably should they re-release the Sonic Riders games in one package?
Yeah.
That
Sounds like
sounds
a good
good
one.
to me. With updated controls and remastered graphics.
And nice graphics.
Yeah. A higher resolution at the very least. And widescreen.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else?
No, I think that's it, honestly. Not much has happened this time.
Yeah, no, not much has happened. I did have something else to talk about in case we didn't have enough. However, I kind of want to wait for the end of when the Switch comes out to talk about this, and it's more like the whole pre-launch situation when it comes to an end. Because
Oh, yeah, okay.
that's been a thing.
Yeah. As a situation, that one.
Yeah, I've sort of got that written down as like a spare topic if we can't. However, I would like to talk about that after everything's said and done, because like we can talk about everything then.
Yeah.
Because there's been a whole thing. However, I believe yeah.
Same.
Can you do it?
So you say thanks everyone for listening. I thought about it, I was like, what if I said watching? Unironically. Then what?
Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Thank you for listening. We shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.
Goodbye.